What's up, friends, and welcome back to Torpedoes and Tarantulas. Sorry I haven't done any videos in a while. Hopefully this video and the ones to follow will make up for it. So, I was talking with a friend of mine on Messenger who just recently got into the hobby, and we were talking about a few species, some of them that she keeps, some of them that she wanted. The ones that she said she wanted, most of those I said, well, I have those, and kind of shared my limited knowledge on them. And then she asked me what other tarantulas I had. Well, with the size of collection that I have, it's too big for a message, and I thought I haven't done a collection tour in a while, so that's going to be the focus of this video and the next few videos because, like I said, with the size of collection I have, I can only do a handful per video. It's going to take more than one video, so this is going to end up being a series basically, and just figured I would start with the new worlds, and we'll start alphabetically, and so here, let's just dive right into the collection. This is our first tarantula. This is the Fauna annex. They are a very slow-growing but pretty docile species from southern Texas and northern New Mexico. They're also known as the Texas tan, although in the hobby we do not use common names a lot because some tarantulas can share a common name. Texas has two species named after it in the common name. This one, the Fauna annex, is the Texas tan. It's from southern Texas, not to be confused with the Fauna hensi, the Texas brown, which is from northern Texas on up into Oklahoma, Missouri, and all of those states. But this one right here is, like I said, a fairly docile but very slow growing species. And this one right here actually has been in what I would consider a pre-molt for, gosh, months and months and months now. It's refused food. Its abdomen is kind of dark, just haven't really gotten to the shiny stage yet. So at some point it will molt. And I have another one. We'll just get a brief look at it, and we'll move on to the next species. This was the Fauna annex, the Texas tan. All right, so this is the other Fauna annex, and I forgot to mention, these guys are basically listed as terrestrial, but given the opportunity, like most tarantulas in the wild that aren't arboreal, they will burrow and live fossorially. And this one's doing just that. It's built a little tunnel down in its substrate, and that's where it lives. It's not going to come out for us, but that's the best look we can get of it. So that's the first species on the list of my collection. Let's move along. And up next, we have the Fauna chalcodes. This is the Arizona blonde. This species has a limited range in Arizona and parts of Mexico, and it's pretty much everywhere they are. This is a spiderling, probably inch and a half, 2 inches. I've had it for quite a while. They're another very slow-growing species. They do live in like the desert areas of Arizona and New Mexico, so they don't really need any special humidity requirements. And again, the temperature's the same as with the Fauna annex and a lot of other tarantulas. If you're comfortable, they're comfortable. Now, there are a few species out there that require higher temps, but they can be kept at lower temps, and it just would really just cause their growth rate to be slower, but that's about it. This is the Fauna chalcodes, the Arizona blonde. Let's move along. This is my adult female Fauna chalcodes nijoni, the Navajo word for beautiful. They're a very, very docile species, be a good beginner species, but again, keep in mind, they're really slow growers. Let's move on to the next species. All right, so up next we have the Fauna Johnny Cashy. Yes, you heard that right. That is the Latin name, Johnny Cashy. This tarantula was found in 2015 in Folsom, California, near Folsom Prison, where Johnny Cash did the Live from Folsom Prison album back in the late 60s. And considering the appearance of the males, their colors being mostly black, dark colors, and Johnny Cash, known as the Man in Black, they decided to name this tarantula after Johnny Cash. So, pretty interesting little side note there. This species is a very, very slow grower, probably one of the slower growing species that I have. This tarantula is probably 2 inches, and I've had it for at least 3 years. So yes, they grow very, very slowly. Seems to be a pretty inquisitive tarantula. Not a lot of hair kicking, but it will stick its little rump up in the air and roam around its enclosure. It's kind of cute. No special humidity requirements or temperatures. You know, just keep a water dish in there. mist once a week. And like I said, if you are comfortable as far as temperature wise, the tarantula is comfortable. So there we go. That was the Fauna Pilma Johnny Cashi. All right, so this next beautiful but very shy tarantula is the Fauna Pilma Moderatum. They are from my native state of Texas, down in the Rio Grande Valley, hence their common name, the Rio Grande Gold. This girl stays hidden in her skull, but when I open her enclosure, she gets kind of curious and she'll come out a little bit. But then she always goes right back in her skull. She molted here recently, so maybe I can pull her out a little bit and we can watch her feed. I'm not sure. She's a very shy tarantula, but very beautiful nonetheless. Nope, she wants nothing to do with it. So she's not hungry. I'm going to wait because I think she's going to come out in a second. Let's see if we can get a look at her. All right, so she's starting to emerge from her skull a little bit there. She didn't come out of the hole that I anticipated that she would, but she always does come out. And sometimes she'll come out fully, but she doesn't stay out for very long. She's just kind of inquisitive. I normally don't like to force my tarantulas out, but if we tickle her on her back foot, maybe she'll come out just long enough. We can get a little look at her. What a beautiful species. This girl's name is Orabella, which is Latin for beautiful golden child. Easily one of my favorites in my collection. She is a sexed female. I have not had an experience with the spiderlings, but they are also a slow grower and very docile and shy from my experience so far. Again, no special water or temperature requirements. Just make sure she's got a water dish and maybe misty enclosure once a week. And a good place for them to hide, and that's about it. So there we go. That was the Fauna Pilma Moderatum, the Rio Grande Gold. So this next tarantula is another beautiful but shy tarantula, probably one of the more valuable and rare that I have in my collection. And again, another very slow grower. This is probably another one of the slowest growing that I have. This is the Fauna Pilma Morier, the Mexican Jade Fuego, and let me tell you, these guys as adults are gorgeous. They look like a GBB and a curly hair had a baby. They are just absolutely stunning. So super excited. Again, another very, very slow grower. I've had this one probably 3 years and it might be 3 inches now. So again, very slow grower. No special requirements, just water dish, place to hide, and some food, and they'll do just fine. There we go. That was the Fauna Pilma Morier, the Mexican Jade Fuego. I was hoping maybe we could get a different angle on it. Anyway, it looks just like a GBB with the green legs, the blue carapace, and the red hairs on the abdomen. This one's still pretty small, so its adult colors haven't fully come through, but let's move on. We got one more to do here. Up next here, we should have a fairly recognizable species in the hobby. Fairly common and pretty popular as well. This is the Fauna Pilma Simani, the Costa Rican striped knee or zebra leg. They've got quite a few common names. That's why we don't use common names a lot. These guys hail from the southern part of Central America, Costa Rica, Nicaragua, Guatemala, and possibly Honduras. Again, no special humidity requirements really. From Central America, you could keep them a little more moist if you wanted to, but you really don't have to. These guys, if given an opportunity, will live fossorial. I'm actually surprised that I caught her out because usually she is underground, but stunning nonetheless. There you will see her tunnel, and it goes all the way around to the other side and back out. But that was the final tarantula in my collection tour. I hope you enjoyed it. Look for some more videos soon. Thank you guys for watching. Take care of yourselves and each other. God bless.